In the rain-soaked streets of Watson, where neon signs flickered like dying stars, she prowled through the shadows, a Netrunner sniper, primed and ready. Little China sprawled below, a district infamous for its mercs, corpo spies, and desperate souls trying to survive. But tonight she wasn't just surviving, she was hunting. Her fingers hovered over her cyberdeck, quick hacks prepped to disable, reveal, and damage targets on command. Above all, the Yasha sniper rifle on her shoulder gleamed, a smart weapon that would lock onto enemies, delivering precision kills without mercy. From her rooftop perch, she scanned for her target, a fixer known for exploiting the desperate, now just a blip in her optical HUD. Holosights flickered to life, locking onto his heat signature. With a deep breath, she activated overclock mode on her cyberdeck, sending a surge of power through her system. Her quick hacks pulsed, revealing his guards and scrambling their sensors, while the Yasha locked on with instant accuracy, promising a single-shot kill. A storm of gunfire erupted in an alley below as rival gangs clashed, but she remained poised above it all, letting the chaos serve as her cover. With a calm focus, she lined up her shot, feeling the anticipation build. "One shot, one kill," she murmured, steadying her aim as she prepared to strike. This wasn't just about the thrill of the hunt, it was about control. Every pull of the trigger, every hack, every precise strike from the shadows, all turned the city's heartbeat to her own rhythm. The rain fell relentlessly, blurring the vibrant neon lights and grimy streets of Night City. Raised as a street kid, she learned early that survival meant navigating a world rife with gangs, fixers, and the underbelly of society. Her childhood was a mix of chaos and camaraderie, with the streets of Haywood serving as both playground and prison. Living on the edge, she absorbed the lessons of the city. Trust no one, stay sharp, and always have an escape plan. Her family was small but tight-knit, teaching her the rules of the jungle, how to hustle and read a room. But when her family was torn apart by a betrayal involving a local gang, the Voodoo Boys, the streets turned cold. At 15, she was left to fend for herself, her innocence washed away by harsh realities. Alone and desperate, she embraced the chaos, forging connections with fellow street kids who shared her grit. The alleys became her school, and she quickly became known for her sharp wit and resourcefulness, often teaming up with other local hustlers like Panam Palmer and Johnny Silverhand, who would later become legends in their own right. They showed her how to navigate the dangers of the city while pursuing their own agendas. It was during this tumultuous time that she discovered her knack for hacking. In the digital realm, she found sanctuary, where lines of code offered power to wield against the corrupt forces that ruled the streets. Her talent did not go unnoticed. The Ghosts of the Net, a covert group of elite netrunners, recognized her potential and took her under their wing, teaching her the art of quick hacks and stealth. But she knew she needed more than just digital skills to exact revenge on those who had wronged her. Her weapon of choice became the Tsunami Yasha sniper rifle, a sleek embodiment of her lethal elegance. With its smart targeting capabilities, she could eliminate targets from the shadows, each shot a precise act of vengeance. Adopting the name Phantom, she moved through the rain-soaked streets like a wraith, her vivid blue hair catching the neon glow, a symbol of deadly beauty. Each mission became a chapter in her quest for justice against corrupt figures like Rogue and Dexter Deshawn, whose greed and betrayal had left scars on her life. With quick hacks swirling at her fingertips, she turned the battlefield to her advantage, becoming a ghost in the system and a nightmare for her enemies. In a city where trust was rare and betrayal thrived, she thrived in the darkness. The streets of Night City were her canvas, and with each silent shot she painted her legend, a specter haunting the wicked, her story etched in the blood of the corrupt, one calculated kill at a time. Under the heavy overcast of city center, where the sky threatened rain but held back, she moved with purpose through the crowded walkways, blending into the rush of corpos and street vendors. Her mission was clear: to build the ultimate arsenal for a Netrunner sniper, silent and deadly. Her first target was the Yasha, a rare sniper rifle renowned for its pinpoint precision and brutal efficiency. Officially, it was an exclusive acquisition, available only through elite corporate streams, a Twitch drop for those willing to pay the price in subscriptions and brand loyalty. But she wasn't about to jump through corpo hoops. Instead, she tapped into the system herself, bending the rules in her favor. Using her skills as a netrunner, she infiltrated the Twitch servers, slipping through firewalls and scrambling access codes until the Yasha was unlocked, coded directly into her inventory without anyone the wiser. She knew how to take what she needed, leaving no trace but her ghostly digital signature in the corporate ether. When the rifle finally materialized in her stash, she felt a rush of satisfaction. It was hers now, not by corpo grace, but by her own skill and cunning, a deadly tool in the hands of a hunter who knew exactly how to wield it. With the Yasha on her back, its lethal weight a perfect fit, she felt one step closer to perfection. But she needed more than long-range precision. For the chaos up close, she sought out the Genjiroh, Arasaka's iconic smart pistol, hidden deep within Arasaka Tower. Infiltrating the fortress was a trial of skill and survival, her quick hacks scrambling security systems as she slipped past guards, invisible and untouchable. Inside the vault, the Genjiroh gleamed with its golden grip, a weapon capable of locking onto multiple targets and delivering electrifying bursts of damage. Perfect for a hunter who thrived in the storm of close-quarters combat. With the Yasha on her back and the Genjiroh at her side, she was unstoppable. These weapons were extensions of her own precision and chaos, tools to unleash silent death from the shadows or unleash havoc when up close. As she stepped into the dark streets once more, the storm finally broke overhead, lightning streaking across the sky. Armed with the best tech the city could offer, she was no longer just a ghost. She was the Phantom, carving her legend one deadly encounter at a time. The sky above Dogtown was thick with dark clouds, the air tense with the threat of a storm. In the chaos below, where mercs prowled and black market traders dealt in tech, she moved with calculated precision, seeking the final pieces to perfect her role as a netrunner sniper. Her first stop was Mr. Hands, the fixer who ran Dogtown's underworld like his own private kingdom. He greeted her with a sly smile, understanding her needs immediately. "Looking for something special, I take it?" he said, leading her through the crowded market to an old cargo container filled with rare military tech. From a hidden compartment, he pulled out a tactical mask, smooth and featureless, designed to mute her presence and blend into the shadows. She strapped it on, feeling her senses sharpen as the mask dampened the background noise. "Perfect for a ghost like you," he commented, though her focus remained on the task ahead. Next, she made her way to Satoshi Ueno, the low-profile clothing vendor at the Longshore Stacks. Known for his exclusive techwear, Satoshi nodded in recognition as she approached. "I think I have just the thing," he said, disappearing behind his stall. Moments later, he returned with a sleek netrunner suit, custom-tailored for stealth and agility. The material felt like a second skin, embedded with circuitry that would enhance her movements and keep her concealed. She zipped it up, feeling the hum of the tech synchronize with her body. "That'll make you a shadow," Satoshi noted with a grin. To complete the setup, he handed her a pair of red LED optics, designed to enhance low-light vision, perfect for Dogtown's shadowed alleys. She activated them, watching the world sharpen in hues of crimson, every hidden corner now clear. Satoshi gave her one last piece, a retractable monoblade mounted along her spine. "A little something for close encounters," he said, watching her test its quick, silent deployment. Fully equipped, she stepped back into the buzzing streets of Dogtown. The mask, the suit, the optics, all crafted for a perfect blend of tech and precision, turning her into the ultimate netrunner sniper, ready to strike from the shadows. She was no longer just a merc. She was a weapon honed for calculated chaos, disappearing into the night before anyone even knew she was there. Under the darkened sky of Santo Domingo, she had transformed from a vulnerable street kid into a deadly predator, her skills sharpened by years of hardship and relentless ambition. Born in the chaos of Night City's industrial sprawl, where desperation and betrayal were the rules of survival, she learned that knowledge was power, and nowhere was that more true than in her mastery of tech and quick hacks. From her early days as a netrunner, hacking to survive, she'd come to realize that control over the digital world was control over her own life. Every breach she mastered, every program she optimized, was another step in carving her path through the city's underbelly. What had started as a means of escape had become her edge, the power that made her untouchable. Her mastery of the intelligence tree became the backbone of her skill set. She trained tirelessly with her smart weapons, making them an extension of her mind. She perfected the art of faster lock-on speeds, larger targeting reticles, and smooth weapon switching. Every shot fired from her sniper locked onto her enemies before they even knew she was there. Eventually, she unlocked her ultimate advantage, smart synergy. With her cyberdeck in overclock mode, her smart weapons achieved instant lock-on, and any enemy affected by her quick hacks took brutal, amplified damage. In a heartbeat, her enemies would fall, overloaded by the convergence of her cyber warfare and pinpoint shots. But she knew intelligence alone wouldn't keep her safe. She invested heavily in reflexes, honing her agility until she could move through gunfire like a shadow. Countless hours spent navigating abandoned corridors and vaulting over industrial debris had refined her movement to perfection. She unlocked dash and air dash, and soon she was able to dash out of sight, leaving her enemies lost and scrambling. With her speed, she was a blur, darting between cover, evading retaliation, every movement as smooth as her trigger finger. Her body, too, had evolved through her tech ability, with her limbs and skin augmented to handle the limits of her new skills. Each piece of cyberware enhanced her resilience and amplified her power, turning her body into a finely tuned machine that no street thug or corpo operative could hope to match. With every implant, she became stronger, more resilient, until finally she unlocked the Edge Runner perk, allowing her to equip more cyberware than anyone should reasonably carry. She walked the line of cyberpsychosis, but the power was worth the risk. Her attacks became deadly enough to tear through any obstacle, her damage output pushed to the max in a dance with the edge of control. But even with all her enhancements, she needed to stay alive. Through her investment in consumable upgrades, she could turn basic stims and grenades into potent tools. Her medkits became life-saving boosts of resilience, and with each explosion, whether from a grenade or her micro-generator, the Pyromania perk kicked in, granting her an edge in both damage and defense. She'd become a walking arsenal, equipped for the chaos of the streets, ready to face any threat head-on. Finally, her cool attribute gave her the calm precision required to make each shot count. In focus mode, time slowed when she aimed, and the world faded, allowing her to line up perfect shots. With the Deadeye perk, her rifle and pistol became instruments of destruction. Shots fired at full stamina came with no recoil, full power, and near-instant reloads. Combined with her intelligence perks, her sniper rifle and smart pistol were almost unstoppable, each shot hitting with lethal accuracy. No longer just a street kid from Santo Domingo, she had become something else, an unshakable force of tech and precision, cutting through the city's underbelly with every shot. Her mind, her body, and her arsenal had been forged in the city's unforgiving industrial heart. She was now a legend on the streets, a master of tech and weaponry who wielded smart rifles and quick hacks with lethal intent. In the neon-lit sprawl of Santo Domingo, she wasn't just surviving, she was rewriting the rules one kill at a time. The journey to becoming a deadly netrunner sniper took her across every dark corner of Night City, with each Ripperdoc visit bringing her closer to a seamless fusion of tech and precision. Her first stop was Victor Vector's clinic in Little China, where the old Ripperdoc fitted her with visual cortex support. "This'll sharpen your view from a distance," he said, adjusting the implant with a craftsman's touch. Suddenly, every detail of the cityscape stood out, her critical shot potential boosted, ready to cut through the chaos of the streets. Next was Northside, under the industrial smoke of Watson, where she sought out Doc Ryder for the micro-generator, a mod that unleashed an EMP pulse with every reload. "Each reload's a surprise for anyone getting too close," Ryder muttered, watching her test the electric shockwave that would ensure no one encroached on her space. In Japantown, she met Tiger, a former corpo engineer turned rogue, who installed the smart link into her wrist. "Now your smart weapons aren't just guns, they're extensions of you," he murmured as he synced her targeting system. With a single thought, her smart sniper locked onto targets with flawless precision, each shot directed like it was an extension of her mind. To refine her reflexes, she headed to Fingers in Jig Jig Street, his cramped clinic a maze of eccentricities. He installed the Kerenzikov, an implant that would slow time each time she took aim in combat. "Now you control time, at least in flashes," he grinned as she tested her enhanced reflexes, her movements now smooth and deliberate, each dash like a calculated dance in the middle of gunfire. For durability, she ventured into the rough streets of Arroyo in Santo Domingo to visit Dr. Chrome, a hulking ripperdoc who specialized in resilience. He fitted her with the epimorphic skeleton and neofiber, fortifying her against the city's brutality. "This'll make you tougher than steel," he said, admiring his work as her body's defenses surged, her frame now able to withstand hits that would drop lesser mercs. But for the heart of her net-running arsenal, she found Dr. Luna in Charter Hill, a high-end cyberlab specialist who handled her with clinical precision. Luna installed the Militech Paraline MK4 Cyberdeck, a powerful deck that granted her unparalleled control over quick hacks and activated overclock mode. "This deck's more than just a tool, it's a weapon," Luna explained, her words resonating as her cyberdeck hummed with power, each hack now amplifying her smart weapon's damage and speed. Finally, she reached the remote edges of Rocky Ridge, where she tracked down Dr. Walker, a reclusive ripperdoc specializing in movement enhancements. In his bunker, he installed the Oracle optics to highlight threats and reinforce tendons for double jumping across Night City's urban sprawl. "Now, no corner of the city is out of reach," he remarked, watching her leap effortlessly, her movements as fluid as her precision shots. When she emerged from Rocky Ridge, she was transformed. Her body was no longer just flesh and bone. It was an instrument of precision crafted by the city's finest ripperdocs. Each implant, each upgrade, had turned her into the ultimate Netrunner sniper. A seamless blend of smart tech and deadly efficiency, primed to leave her mark on Night City from the shadows. As she vanished back into the neon-lit depths of Night City, her legend grew, a phantom in a city of chrome and betrayal, striking silently from the shadows. No longer just a street kid scraping to survive, she had become something more, a myth whispered in back alleys, a ghost haunting the powerful. Every step through Little China, every encounter in the glittering sprawl of city center had shaped her into a weapon tuned to the city's pulse. Now, she was Night City's reckoning, slipping away before her enemies even knew she'd struck. But in a place like Night City, the game was never truly over. The city breathed, its rhythm dark and relentless, and new threats were always waiting. There would be more targets, more upgrades, and more reasons to disappear into the shadows, her story continuing in the rain-soaked streets and neon-lit nights. If you enjoyed walking this path through the city's underbelly, don't forget to like, subscribe, and drop a comment with ideas for the next build. And until the next one, may your aim stay true, your sight stay sharp, and remember, there's no escape from a ghost with a smart scope. Keep your optics locked, chooms, and until the next one, keep your optics sharp, chooms.